is Maximum Threshold. Call the show at
440-709-4977.
Maximum Threshold. And here's your hosts, Dom.
He's unstable, or possibly worse.
And
He's actually quite smart. He just makes errors of judgment along the way.
Hello there, everybody.
Big show tonight.
It's look at the size of me and Dominic. Of course, it's a big show. Hey, make me a little louder, Dominic. I can't hear myself. There we go. No, you just turn the volume.
I can't turn it up on the board. You'll be peeking.
I peeked.
I'm crowning.
You're crowning?
I'm crowning.
Very cool.
So everybody, you're listening to the Maximum Threshold Radio Show. We're coming to you live tonight in Portland, Oregon.
Well, are we live everywhere?
Yes, but we're specifically picking out a city tonight that we're live in.
You're specifically picking out a city in the Pacific region?
That's right, the Northwest.
Isn't it called the Pacific Northwest?
It's the Northwest.
No, it's the specific Northwest.
The specific Northwest, that's right.
There's one.
How'd you like it when you go on the Pacific Ocean? So, how was everyone's week?
Oh, pretty good. I wanted to ask you that.
Well, I was supposed to do an interview on Wednesday with Joe Pilson, but I got stood up. And I researched too, man. I really did. I mean, I was going to ask about his new album with Kill Devil Hill, an amazing young band.
Yeah.
I was going to talk about his Tooth and Nail project, which is officially called TNN because apparently Tooth and Nail is already copyrighted by someone else. I was going to ask about any Mick Brown misadventures. Is that his name, Mick Brown?
Yeah.
And
no, his actually name is Wild Mick Brown.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
That's his given name.
And, you know, I had a bunch of questions about the movie Rockstar that he was in.
Rockstar! Rockstar.
Because Steel Dragon is actually one of my favorite two non-real bands. The other one being Spinal Tap.
Oh, I thought the other was going to be the one that was a Wild Stallions.
Wild Stripes.
Wild Stripes.
So here's the thing. Here's my hang up with Rockstar. They're supposed to be this British powerhouse band.
Yeah.
How come two of the guys in the band were from America? Zach Wilde and Jeff Pilson. I don't remember Pilson's name in the movie, but Zach Wilde was GOAT.
Jorgen.
But why? But they were. How did two Americans get in that band?
Well, they never said they were American.
But when they talked, they didn't have an English accent like Kurt Cuddy and Jason Bonham's character, and the other guitar player. Goad was the other guitar player, which was Zach Wilde.
Yeah,
and he talked.
Yeah, he talked. He was like this. Welcome to Wichita.
Yeah. How was your break? I shot everything I saw.
I killed everything. I kill something every freaking day.
So that's what I want to know about Rockstar.
Well, I mean, that movie went through a lot of problems. I mean, it originally was called Metal God, and it changed a lot as they were making it. But I got to admit, Jennifer Aniston did look hot in it. And
yeah, I'm not a big Aniston fan, but she looks amazing when she's in movies. Like when she was in Bruce Almighty. Mm-hmm. Just her ass looks so much better in movies than it does on TV.
When she was in a movie called Horrible Bosses, I think she played a dentist that kept hitting on her dental hygienist or something, and she was hot in that one too.
I didn't see that either.
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah, I watched a movie called The Rum Diary, pretty cool, since last week, and I watched a movie called The Informals, and those both of them were pretty cool, and they have a really hot chick.
I watched Dick's. What the hell did I say the movie was?
This chick named Amanda Heard. Michael, she is totally beautiful.
I know she's not that hot,
dude. She is.
I don't. There's something about her. I don't know. She was in the Pineapple Express.
Yes.
She was in something else. The Rum Diaries is a Hunter S. Thompson thing.
Yes. Guess what the character's main name was?
Shark the Pussy. Shark the Pussy.
No, not the actor's name.
Flois, bitch.
He played Paul Kemp.
Oh, I actually seen that because they're driving around in a. Is it a convertible Thunderbird or an old Corvette?
Corvette. I thought it was a Corvette, an old Corvette. I didn't know that.
Wait a minute. When did Dave ever say that?
I didn't know that.
The expert on everything.
Dominic loves having the power of the board.
I got a few new sound effects.
One ring to rule them all. One ring to conquer them all. Dominic.
Hi, this is Michael.
Anyways, Rum Diary was pretty good.
See, I didn't think it was all that great.
Rum Shaker?
I watched it, and I didn't. Now that I think about it, I watched it. I didn't think it was all that great. Although I liked when they were driving in the car and it was all missing and shit.
He had to sit on his lap. Just look ahead. But yeah, that was not bad. So I was supposed to go to a screening this week, Wednesday night, but I didn't go.
Why? Getting your blood checked?
Oh, it was too freaking far away.
What kind of screening? For what?
A movie called
Pickle Kisser Revenge?
Something on Hudson. Anyways, Bill Murray played FDR.
Yeah, was it FDR or Roosevelt?
Yeah,
that is FDR.
There you go.
They said that movie's awesome. Like they said that Murray is amazing in that.
Yeah, I wanted to see it, but I thought it was in Richmond Heights, and I looked at the ticket as Cleveland Heights.
Oh, that's a little farther.
Yeah, I just didn't feel like going.
Wow, that's all the way up where we saw Thanksgiving 3.
That's right.
Yeah, I don't want to go.
I throw you off with music?
Yes.
Ding. I know this. Uncle Ted. Is this Sweaty Teddy?
Yep.
Yeah, I know. Sweaty, all right. No, I got hurt this week falling on the ice.
You can't ice
How do you
skate.
think the ice feels?
That's right. I think Earth, you just gave the Earth a bruise.
Well, we have an exciting show for you.
Why don't you change the subject?
Episode 318 of
Yes,
the
we
Maximum
do.
Threshold Radio Show.
Tell everybody who we got coming on tonight.
We have Madonna's guitar player, Monty something or other.
Monty Pittman.
Yes, cool cat.
He's calling in like 10 minutes.
We also have possibly Brian Tichy calling in, too.
10:15.
And we have somebody
It's 2
else, too.
hours. We have
John Karabi.
Oh, the one time I was supposed to see Molly Crew, I actually had tickets to see them with him, and I didn't have a ride that day.
I'm sure he won't give a fuck.
I bought the tickets, so I got the money for it.
You can ask him.
No, I'm conducting.
Do you think that he got an equal share of Molly Crew money when he was in Molly Crew?
No.
Or do you think he was like a voice for hire?
No, he was a member of the band. You know, Vince Neil is a hired gun. He's not an official member anymore. He hasn't been for years. And I just finished reading the Vince Neil book, Tattoos and Tequila.
How was that?
Well, all your thoughts about Vince being a douche
Yeah.
are reaffirmed by like the second paragraph. And what makes it even worse, he doesn't realize he's an asshole. Everything is someone else's fault. He vaguely says, "Oh, well, maybe I did this or that wrong." But he's just mad about everything. Everything bothers him. Everything, you know. He didn't even really have anything nice to say about any of the guys in Motley Crue.
Wow.
He's a fucking douche nozzle.
And I wanted to beat him when I was a kid.
He was going to come on the show, but you know, shit happens. He was too busy. What was he doing? He was at
Who? Vince Neil?
Yeah.
Oh, he was busy at a buffet.
That's right.
The best part of the book is he said that he's been pretty much sober for the last 3 years. Didn't he just get a DUI within the last year?
Yep.
Yeah. They talk about his plastic surgery. I remember when they did that on TV.
He said that like even his current wife said that he's had 3 or 4 three facelifts.
Damn. Well, they got to suck that shit out of his neck. Get rid of the wrinkles. And probably suck all that shit off his ass.
Why? Are you planning on looking at his ass?
No, I'm just saying. That's probably what he did. To look younger.
They should have remade this for Spaceballs.
Yeah.
Mog, eat Mog. I'm part man, I'm part dog. I'm my own best friend.
How's that? He smell his own ass.
You know, except for Nugent being totally off the wall, he's got some great music.
He's another ass clown. Dude, I love his self-righteous, you know, drinking and drug policy. Meanwhile, he's smashing 15-year-old vagina when he's like in his 20s and shit.
Dave did it too.
No, Dave made sure they were at least old enough to have a fake ID.
Oh, I can tell you
Save
exactly.
their lunch money up to
You know, and the only underage girl I was ever with was with my ex-wife. And we got married, and we followed age consent, and it was legal. But I was scared about that. She was the only one I was ever underage with. She was over the age of consent, but under 18. So
you know the age of consent in Ohio is actually 16.
Is it really?
Yeah, but they changed it. Before, you could be age of consent was 16. And you could be any age. You could be 52 years old. The girl could still be 16. Now it's 5 years.
Is it really?
Yeah, so the age consent is 16, but you cannot be older than 5 years old.
I know this. Well, see, I knew it from, I want to say what? Let me think, how old is my kid? 18. Like 15, 16 years ago, I had a roommate he's a cop now.
Yeah.
Okay. And at the corner of my street was a drug mart. And they had this cute girl working there. And she used to always flirt with my roommate. And I don't want to say her name, but she has a funny name. Like, you can't forget her name. Like, I was like,
what does it rhyme with? Orange?
Carmony.
Carmony.
It rhymes with Carmony. But
Orange.
So one day he came home and he's like, I'm going out there. I'm taking her out. I just because his best friend that he grew up with was a cop. He found out from his friend who was a cop that the consent age is 16, and he's like, she just turned 17. I mean, we were in our early 20s, but still. I was like, oh, dude, that's... But, you know, we used to call him Mr. October because he would meet a girl and he would bang her in October, and then like a camel, he wouldn't drink the whole rest of the year. Like he wouldn't, you know, get laid the rest of the year. But he had this huge stack of Playboys in his room, and he always had the door closed, but he swore he never beat off.
And this segment here is sponsored by our great host, JWM Media. So check them out, jwmmedia.com.
For all your design and media needs.
That's right. If you're looking for a web page you need designed or hosted, check them out at JWM Media at jwmmedia.com. Follow them on Facebook at JWM Media.
Wow, it's cold out.
You like that? You like how I threw that plug in? That was a good segue, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a good plug.
That was a good plug after the age of consent.
Don't worry. Wait till the next topic we get on. There's another sponsor we're going to throw in there.
But yeah, so like he was all excited. He came home.
Did he get her?
Yeah.
I was okay. Because he said he was going to.
Oh, wait a minute. I could be wrong. Now that I think about it, there was another girl that was 17 across the street. No, she was 18, and he dated her for like a couple months. Her name was Harmony. The girl at the
Charmony.
The girl at the worked at drug mart. Her name rhymed with Munshine.
Okay.
Yeah, her name was Sunshine.
Yes, obviously.
But he could. He goes up there. He's dating her. It's like, dude, you couldn't even like score like free anything from there.
The Jew and Mike comes out.
Dude, check this out. When we were young, my step cousins lived with us for a while, and they worked at this grocery store, and all the cashiers were all friends. We'd go through there with carts full of food, and they'd only ring up like every 10th item, so we'd get like hundreds of dollars worth of groceries for like $5. So, he couldn't even get that action going.
I'm reading a good book by a criminal right now. It's called The Art of Making Money, the story of a master counterfeiter. The first guy ever to beat the U.S. Treasury when it came to... he would actually, in his bootleg money in his counter, he had all the security devices in there. So, yes. Kip Winger. I have never seen Winger in concert.
I have.
A couple dozen times. He's an old friend of the show, especially the guitarist, Reb.
Wasn't he classically trained?
Who, Kip?
Yes.
Yeah, in ballet.
Yep.
And in music. Like, everybody made fun of them. They're actually like top-notch musicians, all four of them.
Oh, yeah. To the phone.
I love it in my butt. In my butt.
Do you know how many songs are out there about being a pedophile?
No.
She's only 17.
Oh.
She's sexy and 17. I mean, all these songs that are dedicated to like underage girls. Did you accept it or no? Well, who is it?
Maximum Threshold, you're on the air. Oh, we hung up. I wonder what happened. Call back in.
I heard your voice.
How come it ain't ringing? Maximum Threshold, you're on the air.
Hi.
Maximum Threshold, you're on the air.
Hi, this is
Hey, it's John Karabi.
Hey, John, what's going on?
Nada, what are you doing?
Oh, just eating pizza.
That's cool.
Oh, my God. John Karabi's on the phone. I'm one of your biggest fans, John.
He really is.
I'm a huge fan of your songwriting.
That's Mike.
All the way back from the Scream days.
That's cool, man. Thank you.
And my good friend Storm and Norman said to make sure I tell you hello.
Well, you tell Norman I said hello as well.
So
where are you guys at? Columbus?
We're in Cleveland, Ohio, but we're broadcasting 40 markets.
Oh, cool.
So you got a lot of people listening to us make mistakes tonight.
Well, very cool. And I'm I'm actually sitting in my car in front of a restaurant, and getting ready to go do a jam gig tonight with a bunch of friends here in Nashville. So,
Nice.
Oh, you're based in Nashville?
pardon me now?
Are you based in Nashville now, or?
Yeah, I moved here about 6 years ago, and not for any other reason. It is a great music town. It's a lot more than country music, like a lot of people think, but it's just a really cool town. A lot of cool people, laid back, and and then to boot, it is a great musicians, studio musicians and writers and all that kind of stuff. Everything is right here, so it's pretty cool.
And not the cesspool that LA is.
So yeah, I seen on Facebook that you're doing I think it's an Aerosmith tribute tonight. You're sitting in a little bit, and Stacey Collins is going to be playing harmonica.
Harmonica?
Yeah, she's from up here, I believe.
Yeah, I don't know. I just saw on her. I've never met her, so I'm going to meet her tonight. But apparently, I saw a video on her Facebook, and she was in Ohio, and they were having snow or something like that, and whatever. But I heard a couple of her tracks, and that girl can blow a harp, man. It's just insane. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
So it's a bunch of my friends here in town, and they do, like when everybody's home, they'll get a bunch of friends together and they'll do an evening with Kiss or an evening with Thin Lizzy or an evening with whatever. And they contacted me like a month ago and they said, hey, if you got time off, man, we're doing Toys in the Attic and Rocks in its entirety in the order that they are on the records. Mm-hmm. And they're like, we'd love to have you come down and play some stuff. So I'm going to go down and do like 6 or 7 tunes with them. So it's going to be cool.
Cool.
Wow, that sounds really good.
So, years like when Motley did the Generation Swine album, they did a promotional tour where they did a little meet and greet with like a whole party, and then they played the album. And my friends worked for some record companies, so we got to go and meet the band. And I told Mick, I'm like, dude, I said, that album you did with Karabi is my favorite Motley album. And he's like, thanks, brother, me too.
And it's funny because I guess apparently Mick just did an interview not that long ago, and it was like a month or two ago, and I got all these emails on Facebook, and they're like, dude, Mick just said that, that's his favorite Motley record. And so I'm like, that's cool. I appreciate it.
Yeah. And I just got done reading the Vince Neil book, and let's just say I've had the pleasure of being in your company a couple times, and you're a much nicer person than Vince is. And not to mention a much more talented person.
Oh, I agree.
And I know Vince says he doesn't write songs with Motley Crue because he doesn't need to, because those guys do it. But you're truly a gifted songwriter, because even like going back to Man in the Moon and all the songs on Scream. Nobody like, when you listen to them, you can't help but feel your emotion, like in Robin's song on the Union album, and Drift Away and Misunderstood, and you feel that raw emotion. Like, do you ever have a hard time playing some of those old songs based on where they came from?
No, not really. I mean, I'm kind of, obviously there were moments in my life or whatever, but, it's weird. It's actually a little therapeutic, actually, to put it down on paper and record it in the studio and then go out and play it. And, you know what I mean? It's just like, there's people that relate to the songs and whatever. Everybody's got a different song that they absolutely love, you know what I mean? So, but it's a bit therapeutic. It actually helps me get over whatever hump I'm on at that moment. So it's cool.
Hey, go ahead. I was going to tell you something, John. This is David talking. Michael doesn't ask Kiss to rock stars or musicians or anything else. He so rarely has ever told anyone that he actually liked them and he liked their music, he usually busting their balls the entire time.
Well, he just said,
so he must really, really like you a lot.
No, I love Karabi, dude. Like
He hates everybody else.
I don't hate
joking.
No, I don't hate people. I would say I probably would hate Vince if I hung out with him for more than 10 minutes. But like, dude, seriously, like my friend gave me the Union album, like, and a girl I was dating just broke up with me and left me, and then I hear Robin's song and I'm like, you're like, I'm not alone. Someone else feels like, the world's ending and you want to know if they, you think about me, all that stuff. And it's like, I don't like your songwriting. I love it, dude, for real.
That's cool, man. I appreciate it.
I mean,
Thank
he's
you.
real. I mean,
And it's weird too because the funny thing about I don't know what you want to call me, a musician, a rock star, whatever. You know what I mean? But it's funny because like I think people are surprised sometimes at the fact that like I go through the same things that everybody else goes through. You know what I mean? It's just with I've got kids, I've got exes, girlfriends, like ex-wives, like the whole bit. You know what I mean? And and I just happen to be able, I guess, kind of blessed to be able to put it down on a piece of paper with some music, and be, for myself, it's a bit therapeutic. But it's, every now and then there'll be a song or two that somebody goes, oh my God, like that song, like totally, I get that song. I totally get that song. And, so it's cool. Like I'm blessed, but it's funny. I look at people sometimes and they go, God, man, I can't really believe like you kind of went through that thing too. And I'm like, yeah, I'm human. You know what I mean? And it's weird. Like when you're going through a breakup or when a chick like bails on you or like leaves you, you're just like, ugh, God, it's like the end of the world. You know what I mean? Like, ugh, I didn't see that one coming. Yeah. And, but it's cool for me because I just get to write it down, put music to it, and talk about it, and I get it off my chest. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because like I heard the story behind Robin's song. I don't really want to ask it on the air, but it's like you said, it's an emotion that a lot of people think. And you know what? If in a fair and just world, you would be a rock superstar. Like a lot of people who, like, for example, Storm and Norman, he's a huge fan of yours. One day I turned him on to Union and Motley Crue album, and he's like, oh my God, I can't believe I've never heard this before. And, he's a huge fan because I know he's come to see you, in a couple, like I think he came down to somewhere, like Kentucky or some shit to see you and stuff like that. Yeah,
he saw me in Kentucky with when I opened for Cinderella. And then I did a couple of shows at Ripper's Tap House. Yeah. And he came down to those as well. He's a great guy. I like Norman a lot. He's cool.
Yeah, we left. We were in Akron seeing more. We had tickets for Morris Day and the motherfucking time, and you were playing the same night. So we boot scooted out like we were waiting up at the end of the venue for them to end so we could hurry up and get over. So we got to catch the last half of the Karabi set. Because I figure
that's cool, man.
Morris Day and the time, they ain't coming ever again. I figure I could just I could come see you. Now that I know you're in Nashville, I'll just find out you're playing there and come down.
That's funny. That's cool.
Well, I like Nashville myself. That's where my honeymoon was. So I spent quite a bit of time down in Nashville.
Honestly, it's a great city, man. Like I came out here a couple times to write with some other people. And I kind of dug it, man, and it was weird. I would fly out to Nashville, and I'd hang out here for like a week and write with some people, and then go back to L.A. and then go do my thing in L.A. And it was weird. I just kind of felt like I mean, LA's a great city. Don't get me wrong. You know what I mean? There's a lot of great things about it, but I just was like, I was just over it. I was over the traffic. I was over, just some people, not a lot of people, but some of the people that I was hanging out with, and, the drama that came with it. And I was just like, man, it's just, I need a new start. And I came here and I just felt, I rented a house, and, I just fell in love with the city, man. It was just awesome. It was just a great move on my part, because You know, it actually cleared my head to like come out here. And you know, the last couple of years I was like, you know, I was doing some work with Gibson, doing acoustic shows for Gibson guitars, and then, you know, I kind of decided, like, I left Rat, and then I said, you know what, I'm going to put a band together. I'm going to, you know, I'm going to go out and do something here, you know. So it's been a while coming, but I did the acoustic record. Now I'm working on some new material for an electric record, and it'll be cool. We'll see what happens, but I love this city. It's great. It's really cool.
There was a special on TV about Nashville. They said, if you're an up-and-coming musician, you have a better chance of getting a record deal by hanging out in the Starbucks in Nashville than to submitting your stuff over to any place in L.A.
Well, it's weird, you know, but I think, you know, if you know, there was a point where New York was the hotbed, you know, and it was like Bon Jovi and you know, TNT and Twisted Sister and all those bands get signed. Then it was in Philadelphia for a little while. Then it was, you know, it was L.A. and then it was Seattle and